Hello and welcome, my fellow operatives. Welcome to the Nemesis project. Today I'm playing Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on the PS1, but this is a modded version of the game where instead of playing as Jill Valentine, I will be playing as the Nemesis himself. And this is going to be really, really cool, so I look forward to seeing that. Let's see what we got going on here. It's like they kept the original cutscenes in a sort of way and then add, and all you do is just hold forward and square and you run. I'm using the controller, I'm using a PS4 controller hooked up to this PC right now.
Get away!
Oh snap!
Stars.
He said, nope. I will get you. Come here, Brad. Come here, Brad. I just want to talk to you for a minute, brother. Come here. Come on, man. This is really cool, though. I like this. Heck yeah, let's just follow it. Oh, can I go in here with the zombies? Open. Nope. Alright, let's go back. Let's see. Let's see if I can go into this door. Back out.
Don't come any closer!
Oh, she needs help. And if you haven't yet, ladies and germs, hit that subscribe button right there. It's real easy. Just hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out on the channel here for the Nemesis project, so that way we get more Resident Evil content like this for you guys. I hope you all have enjoyed the Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries. Uh-oh. I'm not going to get away from you. I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to... Ooh, I got my rocket launcher. Pull that out. Boom. Nice. But yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed the Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries that I've been doing. Showing you my stuff on the PS5.
Now leave me alone!
I'm not going to leave you alone. Wheel. Oh, that button doesn't do it. How do you do this? How do you do this? Okay, let me go out here. I guess I'll just leave him be. Screw it. It won't let me kill him. It wouldn't let me shoot at him, so I'm just going to run over here to the back office with the typewriter. Oh, nice. What in the hell? There's a Mega Man right there. I'd be mad too, Nimmy. I'd be mad too. Uh-oh. There goes Brad. He was hiding in that closet. Well, I'll be. This is kind of like separate ways, but for Resident Evil 3. That's what makes this cool. Oh, I could get an ink ribbon. I'm going to save my progress here in a little bit. This will be funny. Alright, let's run. Nemesis is fast. That boy can run. The tyrant. I love Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I hope you all do too. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself as we play. On other social media accounts, my name is Taft Taylor, but I really, really enjoy Resident Evil. And this is my gaming channel. Oh, take it. Yes. Ooh, going to the bar. Can we do something in here?
Stars. Stars.
I like how he automatically says stars when he sees one. But Brad, I just wanted to talk to you. Okay. Whoa, what am I doing? This button ain't working now. Okay. I hate PC sometimes. Alright. Hey, Brad, check it out. Boom! Oh, this is how he gets to the police station injured, and now I'm going after him. Okay.
Stars.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of Resident Evil. My favorite enemy is the Nemesis. My favorite, ooh, what's that, 50? My favorite character of all time is Jill Valentine.
Stars.
Let's watch this, y'all, if it's a cutscene. Yep, it is. Here we go.
Jill!
Brad!
We've gotta...
He said, get the hell away from me. Nemi's like, nope. Eat my thumb. Oh, I love it. Classic. Classic. Stars. Oh, yeah. Come here, Jill. So now I get to fight Jill? Ooh, I'm gonna beat her up. Alright, take these punches. 2. Yeah. I'm just gonna punch the crap out of her till she runs away. Is she considered the boss since I'm Nemi? Okay, the computer's running around funny. That's crazy. Oh, she dodged me. Come here. Come here, Jill. Come here, baby. I just want to talk to you for a minute. Come here. Hey, look. Oh, you like that? You know, this is wrong. I shouldn't be hitting her. But he is a monster, so. Or it's a monster. How do we know the Nemesis is a he? It could be a she. It could be a it. It could be a they. It could be anything. The Nemesis. I know the Nemesis is a he, though, because I know the backstory of the Nemesis. He used to, in the manga comics, I believe that's how you say it, he was a former boxer, and Umbrella had threatened him because he was real popular or something. I don't know what his name was, though. I have to go back and read it. Maybe I could try and find a way to get that and share it with you guys. But nonetheless, he was a famous guy, and he had a lot of money or something, and Umbrella wanted something to do with him, I guess, because they wanted to do a Nemesis project. Oh, she got away. Look at that. So they threatened him and said if he didn't go with them, they would kill his family. So he did it, and I don't know if they did kill the family. I think they did. And they ended up injecting him with the T virus and the G virus, I think both, or something. It was a Nemesis project, and that's the hints and the motivation to start this channel and call it the Nemesis Project. And oh, hello, Mr. Zombie. That was cool. So yeah, and then we get the Nemi. I'm gonna do more backstories and stuff for Nemesis on this channel. We're gonna do all things Resident Evil, but the majority of the content will probably be all about Nemesis, and that's one reason why I wanted to do this. All right, you need to stop shooting me. I'm gonna hit you with this rock. She just dodged my rocket. Oh, take it. Yeah. Come here, Jill. I want to talk to you. I missed it. It's locked. I got a 50. What does that 50 mean? I don't know what that 50 means, but oh well. Was that 50 points? It might be. Let's go in here, see if we can find. Oh, we're back out here. Get him away, zombie. Oh, let's go in the save room back here. Let me kill him first. No, I'll go upstairs. Let me go over here. Yep. So yeah, big fan. I know all of you are here for that same thing. This Nemesis mod is fun. I wish I could get this ported onto my modded PS1 and put it on a disc. Hello, doggies! You ever just want to punch a dog for barking at you and growling? Just go over here and go, BOW! Take it. Nemesis dog. Hey now. Whoa. Another mega. Oh, it gave me 50 points. Oh, snap. Okay. Let me see if I can find. Let's see if they got anything in the locker right here. Yes, they do. They got another rocket launcher. Why is it all bloody? I have no idea. But nonetheless, here we go. Run down the hallway a little bit. I hope you all are enjoying this. This is actually really cool. Resident Evil 2 and the Nemesis. No, this is totally Resident Evil 3. Anyways. Take out the zombie. Let's go into this briefing room. Anything back here? Oh, it's Marvin! Starving Marvin! Come here, Marvin! Hey, whoa, it won't let me shoot him. Why won't it let me shoot him? Okay, I'm just gonna dodge him. Look at me side shifting. Oh! I got 200 points. Is that points? I wonder what that is. I wonder if that affects my score at the end. Okay, so I knocked him out and now I'm leaving. Alright, let's go back over here. Go through here. And go back into this room. Alright, let's see if I can unlock this door. Yep. I'm in the main hall now. I wonder if I could climb ladders. There's no ladder down right now. Hey, Mega Man! Snatch him up. Wait, what? Take it! I don't like zombies roaming around in my hallways. Let's go through this double door, the main door right here. Go through the gates. I guess it's time to go back out into the city. Uh-oh, what's going on now? Well, hey, baby. Hey, Jill. I'm coming. I wonder if you can run faster without the rocket launcher. So here we go. Run, dun, dun, dun. He's so heavy. Probably weighs like 500 pounds. Big bastard. Oh, man. Oh, I hope those little monkey things don't hurt me. Oh, okay. You wanna? Oh, let's take it. Take one-hit kills with this punch. It's a knockout punch. Bam! You don't want to get into a fist fight with the Nemesis and knock your block off. Hey, that dog's dead. That dog's dead. That one wasn't. Where'd she go? She go back here? Jill! Where you at, honey? Oh, your dogs are after me. Get off me, dog. Dang Dobermans. Are you in here in the save room? Where are you? Ooh, an ink ribbon. Yeah. So what's all of your favorite Resident Evil 3 moments? Oh, he's dancing with me. He's as tall as me. Woo! Did I just kick him? Did I just back kick him? Wow. This is actually pretty cool. Okay. Just running and running. He is so fast. One of my favorite Resident Evil 3 moments is actually, I like the gas station part. I like the part inside the restaurant. I'm going to pass that right now. I'm just going to see if I can go to that subway. Or that big double, yeah, this building over here. Where you go upstairs and the building's on fire. It's on fire. Yep. I remember that's what it was like in the game. But I mean, all parts of this game. The ending's really great, especially when she goes, you want stars? I'll give you stars.
Stars.
Those buttons they take a little getting used to. Hoya, 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 hoya. This is funny. Oh, okay, I'm doing that just 5 times. Come here. Where'd she go? Oh, she already jumped out the window. Well, okay, it's letting me do something right here. Okay. Oh, I just jumped out the building. Yeah. And now I'm very angry. Come here, Jill. Get that rocket launcher and it's time to go. I wonder if the game ends if I kill her. See if I can catch up to her. Oh, she's shooting at me. Take it. Oh, stars. I got another 50 points. Yay, 50 points to Gryffindor. Resident Evil's always had a really special place in my heart. It all started back in '96, and that was when I told that story on the Wesker thing. I remember, let me tell you about Resident Evil 3. So when I got Resident Evil 3, I was in my sophomore year of high school. Okay, this is '99. And I remember it was October-ish of '99 when the game came out, I believe. So, what we got here? Oh, this is the restaurant part. Hang on. I always love that sound. I don't know why we didn't do the restaurant scene, but okay. So, while she's doing that, what's it gonna have me do? Go through the restaurant area, backstage to the kitchen. So, I looked at a Game Informer magazine, not a Game Informer, it was like, I think it was a PlayStation magazine or something. or I don't remember exactly which magazine it was, but nonetheless, they advertised for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis coming out October 1999, and I was like so stoked about it. But I'm in my sophomore year of high school, and the only thing I used to do during that summer when I was 16 was, or 15 actually, was mow grass for money. But in October, everything's cold. Let's go up here to this gas station. And stores. So I didn't have
So, Jim,
hardly any
did
money.
you decide to help us out? It looks like we're the only ones who survived. We should work together.
No, we can't trust her.
Why? But Sergeant, we need her help. Our unit's down to you, me, and Lieutenant Mikhail. That's it. And Mikhail's hurt bad. If we don't cooperate, we won't be walking away from this mission.
Fine. Then let's go over our plan. We're moving to the clock tower area, which is the designated landing zone for the extraction chopper. Once we get there and give the signal, the chopper will fly in and pull us out.
That's a lot of ground to cover. I don't think we can make it on foot.
The main problem we have is that the landing zone is cut off from here by the fire. So we have no choice but to use this cable.
Jill, put this on.
Okay, so I just figured I'd let that play a little bit, and then it let me skip it. I didn't know I could skip it, and then I hit a button and it let me. So, anyways, while they're contemplating their lives, I'm gonna go find them at the subway. So, oh, hey Jill, she got that shotgun too, the big shiny silver one. Stars, I'm gonna get you. So, I saved up. My mom always gave me lunch money every single week, and it was like basically almost 10. It was about $10 a day. So what I ended up doing was I didn't eat lunch for a whole week. I would just eat when I got home and ate something before I left, and I would take that $10 my mom gave me and save it till I had $50. And then I asked if there was something I could do Saturday to get an extra $10, but my mom told me no, because I wanted to get the game that Saturday, because the game had just come out that week. So I knew I wasn't going to get it the day it came out, and so I saved up the $50, and then the next Monday, I asked my mom would pick me up from school too. She gave me $10, so I had 60, so I knew I had enough for it. And I called Walmart from the school. I asked if I could go and use the phone, and they let me. I called Walmart and asked if they had it. They said they did. And then when my mom came to pick me up, I said, Mom, can you do me a favor? Can we go by Walmart on the way home? And she asked me why. And I said, I wanted to see if they had something, a game that just came out. And she's like, well, you don't have no money. I said, actually, I do. And I showed her what I had. And she's like, where'd you get that? And I was like, I saved my lunch money. Ooh, another Mega Man. I'll go back for it in a minute. So I said, I saved it up this past week because the game came out that I really want. It's the new Resident Evil. And she's like, oh, okay. So she took me, they had it, I grabbed the game, bought it. I remember going to the dude, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to get a game from the game case. He said, okay, which one? PS1, nice, shiny, and firm. Resident Evil 3, and it came with the Dino Crisis demo, which was awesome. I'm losing track of what I'm doing, my bad. So I get the game, I take it home, and I see the Dino Crisis demo, and I'm like, Dino Crisis? And I looked that up real quick, and it's like, yeah, if you like Resident Evil and you like Jurassic Park, you'll like Dino Crisis. I was like, oh, holy crap, cool. But before I played it, I just immediately threw this game in, and I started playing it, man. I started playing it until, what was it, about 4 or 5 o'clock when I got home. Uh-oh. And then I played that game all night. I almost skipped dinner, but because I was so hungry, because I skip lunch every day, I lost a little weight, I'm sure. My mom made me eat, and that was fine. I was just so addicted to the fact that I bought the game on my own with the money that my mom gave me, kind of like an allowance, you know. It's like I didn't really get an allowance because we didn't have a whole lot, but my mom managed to give me enough money to where I could eat every day. Oh, that was cool. So, I got the game, I played it, and every day after school I would play it, especially until I beat it. I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna shoot you. Take it. Are you staring at me? Did she just wave at me? Do it again. Wave at me. Is she... What? She just blow a kiss at me? Alright, I'm gonna get you, girly. Get over here. Yeah, that's right. Don't you shoot that red thing. Don't do it. I know, that's what I did when I was playing Jill.
Stars.
So I saved up the $50 again throughout the week. I waited till the following Monday. Actually, no, it was that weekend. I actually got to... My dad gave me like an extra $10 or so because I was seeing him that weekend. And it took me to Walmart and I bought Dino Crisis. And because I played the demo, mind you, during that week after I beat Resident Evil 3, I played the demo of Dino Crisis and I was like, oh, okay, this... Ooh, look at the Mega Man. I was like, okay, this is actually a really cool game. I want to get it. And... I got Dino Crisis, and the rest is history. That game was awesome. I might do a little stream of that one time on here. If y'all are interested in seeing that, just let me know. Say something down in the comment section below. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't to the Nemesis Project, because we want to do all things survival horror. Resident Evil especially. Nemesis, of course. Whoa, I just randomly jumped.
Stars.
Let's go over here. I like how I could just randomly drop in different places. Alright. Punch that doggy. But yeah, those are my stories on Resident Evil 3. As far as like how I got the game, what it was like when I played it. I remember just getting that game. It was just so stoked. I did similar things a year before that with Metal Gear Solid when it came out. That's where I got the idea to save my lunch money, because I really want a certain game, and when you come from a different type of living arrangement, unfortunately, everybody's different. I didn't have a whole lot of money, so the only way really to... What am I doing? Okay, there we go. So, when you come from a living situation, you don't have a whole lot of money, you got to do what you can to figure out how to get it, and I didn't really know of a GameStop back then, so I didn't have nothing really to trade, and I didn't want to get rid of none of my stuff anyways. So I went ahead and saved money and got the Metal Gear, and because that idea worked out so well for me, I decided to do it for this game and Dino Crisis, and I did that all in my high school years. And then thankfully, when I turned 16, I got a job, so I was able to start saving a little money that way, and every time I get a paycheck, I just go get me a game I wanted. Come here, Jill. I'm going to eat you. This has been pretty cool. What do you all think so far? This has actually been really fun to play. Really good. Stars. Get him away, Mr. Zombie. There's another zombie. Boop, boop. Another zombie. Boop, boop. Just knocking them out of my way. Nemesis one hit punch. The one hit wonder. The Nemesis. It won't let me go through this door. What in the hell? I should be able to bust that dang thing down. Can I go through here? No, I need a crank for that one. Alright, let's go punch this guy. That was Bob. The other one was Ted and Sam. See if there's any more. Is Fred over here? I don't know. Now I'm rambling. There's another dog. Kill him. There's another dog. Let's kill that one. And if I'm also willing to take requests if there's a certain Resident Evil that everybody... Oh, another Mega Man. Thank you. Doop. So if anybody has requests of any Resident Evil games that they'd like to see me play on this channel, please let us know here at the Nemesis Project, because we want to definitely do that. Knock that hunter out. Look at that. Bam! Take it, boys. You ain't no match for me. I'm telling you, Nemesis is probably the strongest. Another Mega Man. Hello. Why didn't they put Mega Man X figures down here? Why just Fat Mega Man? So... Oh, look at that. Female comp. There's Hank. Hank Hill. Damn it. Damn it, Bobby. Take it. Oh, you're just knocking these guys out one hit. Go back in here. I wonder if that guy's dead yet. Boom. I heard that he starves to death. That's actually what happens to him. No, he doesn't starve to death. He dies because of the nuclear blast. Another Mega Man. Let me pick him up. Take out Samuel right here. Okay. There's some forklifts. I don't think those are forklifts. I think those are those electric pallet jacks. They make it easier. Just go in here. I wonder if I can save. Oh snap, bunch of fat zombies. Oh, he got me. He actually got me. How dare you put your nasty self on me. Get that Mega Man I missed back when I first saw him. Ooh, can I open the chest? I can. I opened it earlier. I got shotgun shells. It gave me points. Nice. So now let's go through here. And go right here. So I decided to let the rest of the video play out while I do some reading, and I figured I'd go ahead and read Chapter 4 of Resident Evil Volume 5 Nemesis by S.D. Perry. Since I've been doing the audiobook, what better one to do than to do it right now? So let's start. Chapter 4. They reached the city in the late afternoon, 1650 by Carlos's check, and prepared to drop out over a deserted lot. Apparently there was an underground facility or some such nearby, owned by Umbrella. At least that's what they had been told at the briefing. Carlos got in line with his squad, assault rifle slung over his shoulder, and he looked himself to the drop line and waited for Hirami to open the door. Directly in front of Carlos was Randy Thomas, one of the friendlier guys in A Squad. Randy glanced back at him and growled, pointed his forefinger and thumb at Carlos. A mock gun. Carlos grinned, then clutched his gut as if shot. Stupid shit. But Carlos found himself relaxing a little as their leader pulled the door open and the roar of multiple choppers filled the cabin. 2 by 2, the men in front of Carlos slid down the dual rappelling lines anchored to the body of the helicopter. Carlos stepped closer to the opening, squinting against the whipping wind to see where they'd be landing. Their copter cast a long shadow in the late day sun, and he could see men from the other platoons on the ground, lining up by squad. Then it was his turn. He stepped out a second after Randy, the thrill of the practical free fall sending his stomach into his chest, a blur of passing sky, and he touched down, unhooking from the line and hurrying to where Hirami stood. A few seconds later, they were all down. Almost in unison, the 4 transport copters swung west and buzzed away, their noise fading as dust settled around the assembled troops. Carlos felt alert and ready as the squad and platoon leaders started to point in different directions, assigning routes that had been plotted before they'd left the field of office. Finally, as the helicopters grew smaller, they could hear again, and Carlos was struck by the silence of their surroundings. No cars, no industrial sounds at all, and yet they were at the edge of a decent-sized city. Weird how one took those noises for granted, not noticing them at all until they weren't there. Mikhail Victor, Platoon D supervisor, stood quietly with Hirami and his other two squad leaders, Siren and that creep Russian, while the supervisors of A, B, and C platoons gave directions, the squad moving out briskly and with a minimum of noise. Their bootsteps seemed overly loud in the still air, and Carlos saw looks of vague unease on some of the passing faces. A look he knew he wore. Probably it was so quiet because people were at home sick or holed up somewhere. But it was kind of eerie anyway, the stillness. A squad double time, Hirami called, and even his voice seemed oddly muted. But Carlos put it out of his mind as they started jogging after him. If his memory served from the briefing, they were all headed roughly west into the heart of Raccoon City, the platoons fanning out to cover the greatest area. Within 100 yards, Squad A was on its own, 30 soldiers jogging through an industrial area not so different than the one that their field office was in. Run-down lots strewn with trash, weedy patches of dirt, fenced storage units. Carlos scowled, unable to keep quiet. Fuchi, he said, half under his breath, smelled like a fart in a bag full of fish. Randy lagged back a few steps to run alongside Carlos. You said something, bro? I said something stinks, Carlos muttered. You smell that? Randy nodded. Yeah, thought it was you. Haha, you kill me, cabron. Carlos smiled sweetly. That means good friend, by the way. Randy grinned. Yeah, I bet. And I bet. Hold up and shut up back there. Hirami called a stop, holding one hand up to ensure silence. Faintly, Carlos could hear another squad a block or two north, the beat of their boots on pavement, and after a second, he could hear something else. Moans and groans coming from somewhere ahead of them. Faint at first, but getting louder, like a hospital population had been kicked out into the street. At the same time, the bad smell was getting stronger, worse, and familiar-like. Oh shit, Randy whispered, his face paling. And Carlos knew at once what the smell was, just as Randy must know. Not possible. It was the smell of a human body rotting in the sun. It was death. Carlos knew it well enough, but never had it been so huge, so all-encompassing. In front of them, Mitch Hirami was lowering his hand uncertainly, a look of deep concern in his eyes. The distressed, wordless sounds of people in pain were getting louder. Hirami seemed about to speak. Getting shot at by Carlos right there. When gunfire erupted from nearby, from one of the other squads, and in between the blast of automatic fire that ripped through the afternoon air, Carlos could hear men screaming. Line, Hirami shouted, holding up both hands with the palms turned to the sky, his voice barely audible about the stutter of bullets. Straight line, 5 men facing front, 5 back the way they'd come. Carlos ran to get in position, his mouth suddenly dry, his hands damp. The short bursts of automatic fire just north of their position were getting longer, drowning out whatever else there was to hear. But the stench was definitely getting worse. To cap his worries, he could hear distant fire, soft clattering pops behind the closer blasts. Whatever was going on, it sounded like all of the UBCS was engaged. Carlos faced front, rifle ready, searching the empty street that stretched out in front of them, and teed 3 blocks ahead. Sorry about that. An M16 loaded with a 30-round mag was nothing to scoff at, but he was afraid of what? He doesn't know yet. Why are they still firing over there? What takes that many bullets? What is it? Carlos saw the first one, then a staggering figure that half fell from behind a building 2 blocks in front of them. A second lurched out from across the street, followed by a third, a fourth. Suddenly, at least a dozen plodding, stumbling people were in the street, coming their way. They seemed to be drunk. Christ, what's wrong with them? Why are they walking like that? The speaker was next to Carlos. Olsen, his name was, and he was facing the direction they'd come from. Carlos shot a look back and saw at least 10 more reeling toward them, appearing as if out of nowhere, and he realized in the same moment that the gunfire north of them was dying out. The intermittent bursts fewer and further apart. Carlos faced front again and felt his jaw drop. What he saw and heard, they were close enough that he could make out individual features, their strange cries clearly audible now. Tattered, blood-stained clothing, although a few were partially naked. Pallid faces, stained red, with... sorry, I stumbled right there. Stained red with eyes that saw nothing. The way that several held their arms out, as if reaching for the line of soldiers still a block away, and the disfigurations, missing limbs, great hunks of skin and muscle torn off, body parts bloated and wet with putrefaction. Carlos had seen the movies. These people weren't sick, they were zombies, the walking dead, and for a moment, all he could do was watch as they tottered closer. Not possible.
It's looking good.
Chael, and as his brain wrestled to accept what he was seeing, he remembered what Trent had said about dark hours ahead. Fire! Fire! Hiromi was screaming as if from a great distance. And the sudden, violent chatter of automatic weapons of either side snapped Carlos back to reality. He aimed at the swollen belly of a fat man wearing ripped pajama bottoms and he fired. 3 bursts, at least 9 rounds, smacked into the man's corpulent gut, punching a rough line across his lower belly.
Get out of here! Hurry!
Dark blood splashed out, soaking the front of his pants. The man staggered but didn't fall. If anything, he seemed more eager to reach them, as if the smell of his own blood incited him. A few of the zombies had gone down, but they continued to crawl forward on what was left of their stomachs, scraping broken fingers across the asphalt in a single-minded purpose. The brain. Gotta get the brain. And the movie shooting them in the head is the only way. The closest was perhaps 20 feet away now. A gaunt woman who seemed untouched except for the dull glint of bone beneath her matted hair. Carlos sighted the exposed skull and fired, feeling crazy relief when she went down and stayed there. The head. Aim for the head, Carlos shouted, but already Hiromi was screaming wordless howls of terror that were quickly joined by some of the others as their line began to dissolve. Oh no. From behind, the zombies had reached them. Nikolai and Roboski were the only 2 from B to make it, and only then because they'd both taken advantage where they could. Nikolai had pushed Brett Mathis into the arms of one of the creatures when it had gotten too close, gaining a precious few seconds that had allowed him to escape. He'd seen Roboski shoot Lee's left leg for the same reason, crippling the soldier and leaving him to distract the closest virus carriers. Together they made it to the apartment buildings. Fire escape, some 2 blocks from where the others had fallen. Gunfire tatted erratically as they climbed the rusty steps, but already the hoarse screams of dying men were fading to silence, becoming lost in the cries of the hungry damned. Nikolai weighed his options carefully as they scaled the fire escape. As he'd predicted, John Robrowski was a survivor and obviously had no problem doing whatever was necessary to remain one. With as bad as things were in Raccoon, worse in fact, than Nikolai had been led to believe, it might pay to have such a man watching his back. And if we're surrounded, there would be someone to sacrifice so that I might get away. Nikolai frowned as they reached the rooftop, as Robrowski started out what they could see from 3 stories up. Unfortunately, the sacrifice element worked both ways. Besides, Robrowski wasn't an idiot or as trusting as Mathis and Lee had been. Getting the drop on him would be difficult. Zombies, Robrowski muttered, clutching his gaze to where Squad B had made its last land, and at their broken bodies that littered the pavement and the creatures that continued to feed. Nikolai couldn't help feeling a bit disappointed. They died in minutes, hardly putting up a fight. So what's the plan, sir? The sarcasm was obvious, both in tone and in the half-amused, half-disgusted expression. He turned to Nikolai. Obviously, Robrowski had seen him offer up Mathis. Nikolai sighed, shaking his head, the M16 loose in his hands. He had no choice, really. I don't know, he said softly, and when Robrowski looked back at where he'd fought, or where they'd fought, Nikolai squeezed the assault rifle's trigger. A trio of wounds hammered Robrowski's abdomen, knocking him sprawling against the low cement ledge. Nikolai immediately raised the weapon and aimed at one of Robrowski's socked eyes, firing even as comprehension flooded the soldier's flushed face, an awareness that he'd make the fatal mistake of letting his guard down. And in under a second it was over, and Nikolai was alone at on the rooftop. He stared blankly at the oozing body, wondering, and not for the first time, why he felt no guilt when he killed. He heard the term sociopathic before and thought that it probably applied, although why people continue to see that as a negative, he didn't understand. It was the empathy thing. He supposed the bulk of humanity acting as though an inability to relate was somehow wrong. But nothing bothers me, and I never hesitate to do what needs to be done, no matter how it is perceived by others. What's so terrible about that? True, he was a man who knew how to control himself. Discipline, that was the trick. Once he decided to leave his homeland, within a year he didn't even think in Russian anymore. When he'd become a mercenary, he trained night and day with every manner of weapon and tested his skill against the very best in the field. He'd always won, because no matter how vicious his opponent, Nikolai knew that having no conscience set him free, just as having one hindered his enemies. This was an asset, was it not? Robrowski's corpse had no answer. Nikolai checked his watch, already bored with his physiological wanderings. The sun was low in the sky, and it was only 1700 hours. He'd still had much to do if he meant to leave Raccoon with everything he needed. First, he needed to pick up a laptop and access the files he created only the night before, maps and names. There was supposed to be one locked up and waiting for him in the RPD building, although he'd have to be extremely careful in the area, as the 2 new Tyrant Seekers would surely be there at some point. One was programmed to find some chemical sample, and Nikolai knew that there was an Umbrella lab not far from the building. The other unit, the more technological advanced creation, would be set to take out renegade stars, assuming there were any still in Raccoon and the stars office was inside the RPD. He wouldn't be in any danger as long as he stayed out of the way, but he'd hate to get between any series of Tyrant and his target if even half of what he heard was true. Umbrella was taking full advantage of the Raccoon situation, taking proactive steps, using the new Tyrant models, if that's what they were exactly. In addition to data gathering, Nikolai admired their efficiency. Nikolai heard a fresh burst of gunfire and reflexively stepped back from the edge of the roof, looking down to see soldiers run past a moment later. One was injured, a rippled, bloody patch near his right ankle, and he leaned heavily against the other. For support, Nikolai couldn't identify the wounded man, but his helper was the Hispanic who'd been watching him on the helicopter. Nikolai smiled as the two stumbled past and out of sight. A few of the soldiers would have survived, of course, but they would probably suffer the same fate as the injured man, who'd almost certainly been bitten by one of the deceased, or the fate that surely awaits the Hispanic. I wonder what he will do when his friend starts to get sick, when he starts to change. Probably try to save him in some pathetic tribute to honor. It would be his undoing. Really, they were all as good as dead. Amazed by how predictable they were, Nikolai shook his head and went to get Robrowski's ammo pack. I want to thank each and every one of you for attending the Nemesis project. If you enjoyed this session, please like and comment below and let me know what else you'd like to hear. I will continue to read the audiobooks while I play Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. And I hope you all enjoyed this Nemesis mod because this was actually really fun to play. And I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video.